Washington Square Park was bursting with red thanks to all of the women wearing red in solidarity for a Day Without a Women's rally on International Women's Day. The chilly early evening air didn't stop the vigor and excitement of protesters. The chants and the roars of the crowd could be heard throughout the park, complementing the spirited debates among smaller group of protesters. I had the opportunity to interview Rosie Clarke, a preschool teacher from Brooklyn, representing early childhood educators.
My name is Rosie Clarke and I live in Brooklyn.
Why are you at the rally for International Women's Day here in New York?
I am here representing early childhood educators. I teach preschool and it is an extremely undervalued profession. I think largely in part due to the fact that most early childhood educators are women and people don't care a lot about the work that women do. So I want to make sure that we're out here representing the women who work hard to make sure our children are being raised and cared for and taught how to run the world in the future.
Did you have to take off of work today to be here?
I did not take off of work to be here, in part because if I had taken off from work I would have gotten a female sub at my job, and so I didn't want to have another woman fill in for me when I was able to take the day off.
What message do you have to other women that work in education in support of International Women's Day in the U.S. and also around the world?
I guess I would just say keep fighting back and join together. I think it's really exciting that so many women and men and all different kinds of people are here in New York City today and all over the country and all over the world, gathering together to say that we want, equal rights for everyone, and we're all in this together.
Do you feel the education sector and industry offer equal pay and rights for women versus men teachers?
I do not believe that they are equal yet. I think across the board women are still getting paid less than men in general, but we're going to keep fighting for that.
Vendors bellowed competitive prices on t-shirts, buttons, and newspapers, desperately trying to grab the attention of fellow protesters. It was as if they were trying to outchant the protest speakers in a flurry of commerce. This event was as inclusive as it gets. Colorful characters like jugglers, a giant purple butterfly, and even Chewy, the Havanese dog, took time out of their day to show support for the protest. Even papier-mâché Donald Trump made an appearance, holding his snack of choice. A coalition of grassroots groups and labor organizations like the International Socialist Organization, the Jewish Voice for Peace, were also in attendance to show support and network with other causes. I had the opportunity to interview Jessica Bentoncourt, a public defender from Queens who is affiliated with the Association of Legal Aid Attorneys, and asked for her take on the protest.
I'm Jessica Bentoncourt. I'm a public defender out in Queens, and I'm here with the Association of Legal Aid Attorneys. And we're here because we support women's rights, just like we support rights for people of color and rights for the LGBT community. All those fights are connected, and that's one of the reasons we're out here today.
What do you think the importance of this protest, brings about where your organization has to get involved?
I think that legal aid, just like a lot of organizations, is heavily run by women. There's a lot of women's labor that goes into these jobs, and we also fight for women. We have clients who are picked up on prostitution charges. We have clients who are women who are at Rikers. We have clients who need help with childcare and housing and all of those issues. And so I think all of the issues that we work on as public defenders really are women's issues, just like most civil rights issues are women's issues in some way.
Any issues in particular you're fighting for?
I'm definitely fighting for equal pay, and I'm definitely fighting to make sure that this movement isn't just a white women's movement and that we embrace people of color as well as gender nonconforming women.
As the evening wind down and night approached, protesters scrambled to pass out the last of their flyers to the shrinking crowd. Protesters leaving Washington Square Park continued the march down Broadway on towards Ducati Park and Lower Manhattan. Those who stayed behind were able to catch unique protest signs such as the New York City Lights Brigade luminous call for justice and a large black snake representing the Dakota pipeline and the blowback that's coming from its construction. The most interesting sight was a Jewish Trump supporter, Ariel Cohen, who drew a small but curious crowd towards himself with his interesting view and opinion on President Donald Trump.
Because I'm an Orthodox Jewish Zionist, very pro-Israel, also great for Jews in America and securing the borders.
The seasoned protesters gravitated to a band, playing jazzy remixes of the Jackson 5 and reggae artist Sean Paul. The night closed out with music, laughter, and hopes of a better tomorrow. as the Empire State Building shone bright pink over the city.